This is a quick tutorial showing how I use Asana to track conversations that I've had with people. And for the sake of the example, I will just say that I have changed the names and faces of real people. So I'm not sharing people's actual personal information, but some of the details in here are real examples. So first, you'll notice that every connection is every conversation is a connection. So every time I have a conversation with them, they get moved along this path. And I really want to try to move people through multiple connections because that's really how relationships are developed. For me personally, I have a hard time remembering names and sometimes even details about people that I think are really important. And instead of beating myself up for not being able to remember people's names or details, which are genuinely important to me, I just make notes. And for me, this helps me keep things straight. So on this first example, if I click on it, you'll see every person will have kind of a card here. And this card allows me to keep quick information just top of mind. So where do they work? What company do they work with? How did we meet? Do we have any mutual connections? Are there people that we know in common? And then just things to note. So in this case, her oldest son just left for UT. That's a big deal. I want to be able to reference that next time I see her and just ask her how she's doing. Once I have contact information, I would add that below here as well as in my phone. So here you can see we first met on November the 1st at a Thanksgiving meeting related to Junior League. If I click on the details here, I'll just include a couple of notes about the conversation that we had. So in this case, her oldest son just left for UT. I want to introduce her to my nephew, who actually is also just starting at UT this fall. So here I'm going to create a task for myself with a due date. Any other relevant information, we're both originally from Austin, so that's something that we have in common. And the other thing she mentioned was she was thinking of switching to the fundraising committee, but she didn't really know anybody. Well, I happen to know somebody on the fundraising committee, so I want to introduce them so that I can help them make that connection. These are just genuine ways to be helpful to others that people appreciate. And if I can do it in a way that is authentic and natural, I certainly will. So I'm going to collapse those details from that conversation, and you can just see how these connections start to build over time. I'm going to show you an example here of how every time I have a conversation with her, I write down the date and then whatever conversation points we had from that. So this will continue to build over time. Okay, so real quick, I have created a template for you to use, and this is what it'll look like when you first start. And I'm going to show you how to upload this to Asana, but then you're going to have to make just a couple of quick tweaks. I'm going to show you how that works. So first, this is a CSV file that you're going to import. So anywhere in Asana, you'll see this plus sign on the top right. Just click on there and select project and import. And go ahead and call this relationship networking, add it to your team, and then do select file to import, select CSV, and select the file that I've given you. Just click go to project. The one thing you'll have to change right off the bat are switch it to board, and then if you click here, you can do save layout as default. It doesn't save the other columns, so you'll just need to add your own columns. But the important thing is that in here you'll have this card on top with all of the relevant information for that person, and then a reminder to give yourself a date and then conversation notes down below. Okay, I hope this helps.